hope you're well. For the lesson today, you're going to need to get your water bottle and you're going to need 5 soft objects. So I've gone for 3 pairs of socks, my teddy and a cushion. So if you go and get your 5 soft objects and then we can start our lesson. See you in a bit. For warm up today, we're going to move to the song 5 Cheeky Monkeys. Okay, so throughout the song it's going to say 5 cheeky monkeys swinging in a tree. So we're going to be moving around pretending that we're swinging from vine to vine in the tree. And then when it says along came a crocodile, we're going to do our seated balance. So for this, we're going to sit on the floor and we're going to raise our hands and feet off the floor. And then we're going to go, na 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 na, you can't catch me. And then when it says snap, you have to freeze. Okay, let's give this a try. Ready? Off we go. Onto your bottom. Hands and feet up. Freeze. Good. Off we go again. Down. Good, I hope you're holding it still when he says snap. Up, down. You're doing a great job, keep going. Last time. Freeze. Well done, you've done a fantastic job. For the second part of our warm-up today, we're going to pretend to be lots of different animals from the jungle. Or just animals in the wild. What animal can you think of? So if I said elephant to you, how might you move around like an elephant? Good, okay, so we might want a really wide shape to make ourselves a big elephant. We might want to have our trunk out as well. So have that really wide shape with our trunk moving. Superb. If I said giraffe to you, how would you move around like a giraffe? Excellent, lots of good ideas. So up on our tiptoes, nice and straight, reaching our arms all the way to the top as well. Walking around really tall. Superb. If I said a cheetah, how might they move? Yes, you might move really quickly around on the spot or moving around the area as quick as you can. Okay? So there's a few ideas, but I know you're really creative and that you can think of your own ideas as well. So what's going to happen when the music starts, you're going to move around. But if I hold my binoculars up to the screen and look through my binoculars, you have to freeze. Okay, so if you're moving around like an elephant and I show my binoculars, you have to freeze. Okay, let's give this a try. Off you go, moving around like your first animals. I'm going to go for elephant. Well done for the children who are freezing. Hold it as still as you can. Remember, we've been practicing our balancing. When I take my binoculars down, you're going to move as a different animal. Ready? Off you go. So this time I'm going to be a bird, stretching my wings out wide as I pretend to fly around. Well done, I got my binoculars up, so freezing. Try and hold it still in that position. Good, when I put my binoculars down, you're going to pretend to be a different animal. Ready? Off you go. This time I'm going to be a tree frog. you might be in quite tricky positions to try and hold it still. Okay, final time, moving around to the last animal, off you go. This time it'll be a cheetah, moving around really quickly. Well done with children who are frozen. Superb. Fantastic work. I know you would come up with some really imaginative ways of moving as your animals. Okay, you can carry on playing this game. Maybe ask another adult to join you. Either join you with moving, or they can be the person looking out with their binoculars. Okay, so we can come back to that one if you'd like to. Today we're going to be working on developing our core muscles. So our core muscles are all around the middle of our body, and they help us do everything. They help us sit up straight, stand, walk. Okay, so it's really important to work on those core muscles. Remember, we talked about them in our balancing skills. Okay, so what we're going to do, it is a seated balance actually. We're going to sit on the floor and try to lift our legs and feet up off the floor. Okay, let's give that one a try. So find yourself a space. Make sure you've got enough space around you, and all you're going to do, I'll show you sideways, is having your hands down and your feet down to begin with, having a straight back, and you're just going to sit here still for 10 seconds. When you're sitting here, I want you to think about making your stomach muscles really tight as we're staying really still. Fantastic. For our next one, all we're going to do is raise one hand up at a time. Okay, so keeping our feet down and the other hand on the ground to help us balance. Remember to keep that back straight. And all we're going to do is raise it one hand at a time. You can even give a big wave. Superb. And hold it up there for a few seconds. And swap over. Well done, a few more times. Keep remembering to have those strong stomach muscles. Your back nice and straight. Fantastic. So this time we're going to put both hands up. Okay, so we're going to sit, put both hands up. Again, gently from the side, but having that lovely straight back. Using our core muscles to help us stay straight. Well done, keep it there for a few more seconds. Good, and bring your arms down. Okay, this time we're going to keep both hands down, and we're going to do exactly the same but with our legs. We're going to lift our legs up one at a time. Good, swapping over. Try not to just lean back on your hands. Okay, your hands there just to help you in case you need it. So we're lifting one leg up at a time. Doing a great job. Keeping that control, straight back, using those core muscles. Superb. This time, what we're going to do, if you can, we're going to lift both feet off the ground. Okay, so to begin with, we'll keep our hands down, and we're going to lift both feet up off the ground. So we're going to try that again, lifting both feet up off the ground. But this time, we're only going to have one hand down. So if you want to challenge yourself, lift one hand up. If you think, actually, I'd like a bit more time practicing with both hands down, that's absolutely fine. Okay? Good, and swap it round. Fantastic. Now, I think you guessed what our final challenge is going to be. No hands and no feet. Okay, so make sure you're sitting comfy again. You have your straight back. Lift up your hands and then your feet. make sure your back isn't on the floor. So we still have our back up. We're in that seated balance. Good work, keep it here for a few more seconds. Fantastic. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now, if you pause the video or watch it through again. Okay, so you choose which challenge you're going to work on. Either lifting up one hand at a time, one foot at a time, both hands, both feet, and then finally, hands off the ground as well. Okay, so take a few minutes to choose which challenge you'd like to work on. Off you go. For our next activity, you're going to need to get your 5 soft objects. So I've chosen a cushion, a teddy, and 3 pairs of socks. Okay, so if you grab your 5 soft objects with you, and then go back into your space in your seated balance. So, in your seated balance position, all we're going to do, lifting either one foot or both feet off the ground, however you want to challenge yourself, you're going to move your objects from one side of your body to the other side. Okay, try to keep that control. If you do get a bit tired, don't give up. Maybe just put one foot down. Okay, so I'm going to go 2 feet up. I'm going to move the first object, pass it over my head, put it down on the other side. Get my next object, pass it up to the other hand, and bring it down. Next object, bring it up and down. So my final object, bring it up over my head and back down. Okay, so give it a try. I'm going to do it with you again. Once you've done it once, keep transferring it from either side of your body. Okay, as I said before, if you get a bit tired, don't give up. Maybe just put one foot down or 2 feet down. Okay, but I'm going to keep trying to challenge myself with 2 feet up to begin with. So I'm going to pass my objects to the other side of my body. Good, keep going. Superb. So hopefully you've managed to pass your 5 objects from one side of your body to the other. This time we're going to change it slightly. So instead of passing it to our hands, we're going to twist and place it down. Okay, so I'm going to pick up my first object, I'm going to twist and place it down. Pick up my next object and place it down. Keep going until you've done all 5 objects. Good. I hope you're remembering to keep your back straight and using those core muscles. Okay, so passing it back over again. Well done, keeping those feet up off the ground. Superb. So you can either pause the video now and carry on practicing, ready for our next challenge. If you're ready for the next challenge already, what we're going to do, instead of using our hands to pass it from side to side, we are going to use our feet. Okay, so that's why we need those soft objects so we can squeeze them between our feet. So you can either put one hand or 2 hands down, or no hands. I'm going to use just one hand down just to begin with, okay? So I'm going to pinch up the object with my foot, and I'm going to pass it over and place it on the other side of my body. And I'm going to come back, pick up the next object. Oh, it's a bit tricky. And then pass it over to the other side. I'm going to keep going until I've moved all 5 of my objects to the other side. Oh, here comes a big heavy cushion. Good, how did you get on? So, it is up to you. You can do some with your hands, some with your feet, however you like to challenge yourself. Okay, I'm going to give you just a few minutes to carry on practicing in that seated balance moving your objects from one side to the other. Okay, getting ready again. Remember, you have 1 foot down, 2 feet down, or 2 feet up. It's entirely up to you how you'd like to challenge yourself. So I'm going to do a mixture of passing between my hands and my feet. Okay, so off you go at home. Fantastic, you have done a great job today. Well done for taking part in today's session. So just to recap, we have been learning about a seated balance. So looking at developing our core muscles. Throughout the activities today, I gave you the opportunity to be creative, so in our warm-up when you're pretending to be lots of different animals, but also to set your own challenge. Okay, lots of you decided if you wanted to have just 1 foot up, alternating between the feet, 2 feet up, 1 hand down, so you knew how to challenge yourself. So well done for the children who really thought about the challenge today. For our cool down today, we are going to do some more yoga. Okay, so if we find our space, well done, and we just have hands by our side. Okay, so what we're going to do, lots of different actions related to the weather today. So we're going to start with a sunset. So for our sunset, we're going to go down and we're going to hug our knees. And then we're going to gently come on up. As we come up, we're going to stretch our hands up to the sky and slowly bring them back down to our side, making that nice big sun. Super, so we're going to keep that sun shining. So we're going to bring our hands up, all the way up to the top. And bring them back down again. Super, we're going to do it one more time. Bring our hands up to the top. And back down to our side. Superb. What we're going to do now, we're going to pretend to create a rainbow. So we're going to sit on the floor with our legs crossed. Okay, and for our rainbow, we're going to move from one side of our body to the other. So creating that semicircle or arc shape of the rainbow. Okay, so we're going to have both hands down on one side to begin with. And then we're going to reach up all the way over to the other side. Fantastic, and then reach back again. Oh, it feels nice to have that stretch. And last time. Superb. What we're going to do now, we're going to pretend that the rain is falling down. So we're going to start up high, like we're the rain clouds with our hands, and then we're going to bring the rain down. Slowly wiggling your fingers all the way down to the floor, and keep them wiggling on the ground. You might be able to make a pitter-patter sound, just like the rain makes when it lands on the window. Good, so we're going to try that again. And our hands up tall, so we're like the rain clouds up top. And then we're going to gently bring the rain down. Good, all the way to the floor. And make that pitter-patter noise on the floor. And then we're going to have that beautiful sunshine again. So bringing your arms up, back round to the side. So this time we're going to create our rainbow, but we're going to do it standing up. So just one hand is going to reach across for that rainbow. And then back. And the opposite hand reaching across. important to stretch our muscles after exercising so that we don't ache tomorrow. Okay? I just want to say again, thank you so much for joining me in today's lesson. I'm glad you were able to join in. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I shall see you next week. Bye!